So the bigger story this sprint was GitOps mode exceptions. As an IT admin using GitOps, I want to opt into mapping software labels and or secrets outside of Git via the UI or API so that I can help my team ramp up with GitOps or managing parts of Fleet with GitOps. And then as team gets more comfortable, move into it more and more. So the background for this is when you're using GitOps, the best practice is that your configuration files are your source of truth and you can determine the state of your Fleet instance just by looking at those files and everything, all your configuration can live in those files. But this does present some friction for migrations, for new customers that as part of the first impressions group, we're trying to overcome. So what this looks like in practice is that if you go into your Fleet instance now and go to settings and change management, you'll see we now have this new exceptions setting. And they're invalid whether you have GitOps mode on or not. And how the exceptions work is if you have an exception on for one of these keys, then you can leave that key out of your GitOps configuration files with no effect. It won't clear out any, for example, for labels, if I have labels accepted and I leave labels out of my GitOps and then I run GitOps, it won't clear out my labels. If I do put labels in when I have the exception on, it's going to give me an error, which we can demonstrate now. So going back to this one here. So actually, I'll show the files first. It's my demo files, and I have a bunch of labels in here. And if I try to run this right now, it's going to say error labels accepted from GitOps management. It tells you have to remove the labels key from your GitOps file or disable the exception in Fleet settings. So I can remove this now. And just to show there's no tricks up my sleeve, if I go and show you, I do have these labels in here now. And if I comment this out and also have to comment out the secrets because that also has exceptions on right now. I think I might have, oh, didn't comment out all of them. There we go. So the dry run is good. And if I now run this, you see my labels are still there. If I turn the exceptions off for something, oops, sorry. And then run the same thing, it's going to delete all of those labels, which is what we expect for a GitOps run. So the general idea with exceptions is that if you leave them out, it's going to be a no op if the exception is on. If you leave them on, then leaving that key out is going to clear that setting.